All right, the purpose of this video is to give my AP Environmental Science students an opportunity to see the types of questions that they are going to see on the last unit test of the year. Also, like I was just mentioning to the members that are in the meeting right now, is I will hop to a different screen to actually show you how the math problems were solved. All right, here we go. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 10, 15. I'm counting how many questions there are. 21, 24, 28, 30, 35. I've got about 41 questions. So that means I'm going to give it about a minute and a half per question. All right, let me get my timer ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Which fossil fuel contains the highest amount of energy? Let's see. Okay, a couple more seconds. All right, here we go. Okay, so that's anthracite coal. So they have different densities in terms of the amount of carbon that are in them. There's bituminous, there's anthracite, there's another type I can't remember off the top of my head. But anthracite, when you burn it, you get the most heat energy from that combustion. All right, here we go. What is the source of most ground level ozone in most major U.S. cities? And also, I'll take this moment to applaud you guys for being here, taking time out of your personal day off. I know many of you guys are working on school stuff, but give yourself a pat on the back for spending some of your time getting ready for your test. All right, here we go. All right, so it's basically exhaust from automobiles. Remember, ozone is it's O3. It's a molecule of oxygen. It's O3, and it's found in the stratosphere, the lower stratosphere. Which, remember, this is the second level of the atmosphere. We live in the troposphere. The second level is the stratosphere, and it naturally protects us from UV radiation. And there are certain molecules that actually destroy the ozone. But ozone is also produced unnaturally from automobiles. Here we go. What type of solar heating is exemplified by heating food and or water with the sun's rays? All right, here we go. Hold on, we got somebody else coming in. All right, here we go. Okay, so that is passive solar energy. Remember, active solar energy is where you are pumping the thermal energy somewhere. This is just simply the way you design your house, or you're using a solar cooker. There's no electricity or pumps used in passive. Which parts in nuclear reactors absorb neutrons in the core? All right, here we go. So the control rods. When the temperature is getting too hot or the reaction is going too fast, they literally insert these rods down into the reactor core that absorbs the neutrons, which obviously prevents them from bumping into more uranium and cascading the reaction even further. And of course, that's why they're called control rods, as they help control the rate of the reaction. All right, here we go. Our first math problem. When a gallon of gas is burned, it releases about 15 pounds of CO2. About how many pounds of CO2 are released if a car getting 33 miles per gallon drives 1,200 miles? We did a warm-up question that was similar to this. Same idea, same logic, same type of setup. All right. 30 more seconds. We'll take a little bit longer on the math problems. Again, I'm hoping that you guys are working these out on your own, or trying to work these out on your own. And again, I will show you how these solutions are done. All right, here we go. All right, so it's about 545 pounds. And let me hop to my other document. Bam. All right. Okay, so let's see. You got to figure out how many gallons are actually used. You just divide the number of miles by the miles per gallon. So we had about 36.36 gallons, and then you simply multiply the number of gallons times the number of pounds, and that gives you about 545 pounds of carbon dioxide. All right, here we go. True or false? A megawatt is a unit of energy. A plant that makes aluminum cans that uses the heat to create electricity is an example of what? A couple more seconds. All right, here we go. Power is megawatt. Okay. Megawatt hour or kilowatt hour or watt hour would be energy. Okay. And whenever you reprocess heat, it's called cogeneration. Okay, contour strip mining is used to remove valuable blank resources in hilly or mountainous terrain. True or false? A proposed method of capturing, which is the same as sequestering, carbon dioxide is to reduce it to methane. All right, here we go. So, contour strip mining is for coal, and a proposed method of capturing or sequestering CO2 is reducing it to methane is false. All right, here we go. True or false? Stratospheric ozone levels are influenced by burning fossil fuels. Silicon is the active ingredient in which alternative energy technology or which renewable energy resource? About 20 more seconds. All right, here we go. All right, so it's false. Chlorofluorocarbons destroy the ozone layer. And then solar cells. Okay, so silicon, it's actually the electrons in the silicon atom that get excited when the photons from sunlight hit them. And that excitement, there's I forget exactly what it's called. It's an electrical field is created, and that creates the direct current. And of course, remember, you have to convert the direct current to alternate or alternating current before it can be used as electricity by us. Which radiation particles are most damaging to humans? If the amount of recoverable plutonium is about 5.6 million metric tons, and the world uses about 150 metric tons per day, how many years of supply exist? Give you guys a little bit longer on this one because we got a math problem. And again, I will show you the solution of this in just a bit. About 30 more seconds. Also, you guys, don't forget the Chapter 17 class notes are due tonight at 9 o'clock. The video is in Google Classroom. It depends on which class you're actually in, but shouldn't take you more than about 15 or 20 minutes. All right, here we go. All right, so gamma rays are the most damaging, and let me show you how. I got 102 years. All right, so 5,600,000 is the same as 5.6 million. You divide that by 15 tons per days, and you get 30,333.33 days. And then, of course, you have to divide that by 365 to figure out how many years, and you get about 102 years. All right, here we go. Some more math problems. 500-watt hair dryer is used for 15 minutes. How much energy did it use? A diesel truck gets 15 miles per gallon. An economy car gets 35 miles per gallon. If both vehicles drive 10,000 miles in a 5-year span and gas is $2 per gallon, how much more will the truck driver pay? I'm going to give this one a little bit longer. I'll give this one 4 minutes. Give you guys a chance to try to work these out, especially that second problem does take a little bit of time because you got to do 2 different calculations and then you have to figure out the difference. Give that one more minute. All right, you guys, here we go. All right, so let me hop over to my solutions real quick. There we go. Okay. All right, so you take the 500 watts, 15 minutes is 0.25 hours, and then you have to divide that by 1,000 to get it in kilowatt hours, and that gives you about 0.125 kilowatt hours. Second problem. All right, so it's 1 gallon over 15 miles, or 15 miles per gallon. Then you multiply that by the 10,000 miles. You multiply it by $2 per gallon. Multiply that by 5 years, and you would get $6,666.67 for the economy vehicle. Same setup, 1 gallon over 35, 10,000 miles, $2 a gallon, 5 years, that's 2857.14. And then at that point, it is just simply a subtraction problem, and you get 3809.53. All right, here we go. Coal, oil, and natural gas supply the majority of blank blank in the world today. What goes in those blanks? A blank society would emphasize using energy efficiently and reusing and blanking matter. A dishwashing machine uses 300 watts for 2 hours per day. How many kilowatt hours of electricity will be used in 2 years? All right, I'm going to give you guys about 3.5 minutes on this one. All right, about 40 more seconds. Give me a second. I got to go yell at my junior. I forgot to tell him that I'm recording a video. Hey, dude. I'm recording a video. All right, here we go. All right, so coal, oil, and natural gas supply the majority of commercial energy in the world today. A sustainable society would emphasize using energy efficiently and reusing and recycling matter. And a dishwashing, blah, 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 blah. I'll show you guys how I got the 438 kilowatt hours. Okay, so you take the 300 watts, you multiply it by the 2 hours, you multiply it by 365 days, and then, of course, we're talking about 2 years. So you got to multiply it by 2. And then, of course, to convert watts to kilowatts, you have to divide it by 1,000, and that will give you 438 kilowatt hours. All right, let me check the chat real quick. No, are you guys not? Oh, no. Beg your pardon. You are supposed to be seeing it, but I forgot that I would have to stop sharing the screen. So you will see it in the video because my video is recording anything on my desktop. I apologize. I had forgotten that you guys aren't able to actually see how those are solved. So just simply, once I get the video uploaded, probably be about 2 or 3 hours, go and fast forward to those spots where you can see how those are calculated. Sorry about that. I forgot that there was an extra step. I can do that and will do that for the rest. I think we got enough time. Yeah, we're over halfway done with the questions, and we're only halfway through our hour together. Yeah, good question. Sorry about that, you guys. Here we go. Requiring higher fuel economy in cars is a good way for the government to encourage efficient blank use. Which greenhouse gas is created during incomplete burning of fossil fuels and also interferes with oxygen delivery to tissues? That sounds very familiar. I think that was a warm-up question. You guys don't forget, look at all your warm-up questions all the way back to when we started talking about energy, because I do use warm-up questions on the test from time to time. Sulfur dioxide is not a greenhouse gas, but it does contribute to another negative element in the environment. What negative element in the environment am I talking about? All right, you guys, I'll give you a couple minutes for this one. And also what I will do is as soon as I stop the video, basically it starts loading it to my Google Drive, and then I upload it to my YouTube channel, and then I copy and paste the link from YouTube into Google Classroom. I will verify that the video actually picked up how those problems are solved. And if it did not, for some reason, I don't know why it wouldn't, but if it does not, for some reason, I'll just simply save the document that I'm referring to along with the video. So you can, when you get to that part of the video, hop over to the document to see how that problem was solved. But I'm pretty sure the video is going to pick it up because it's anything on my desktop, and I'm just switching from one application to the next. Man, I need to get a new phone. I've got a 6 Plus, and I think this thing's 5 or 6 years old, and my goodness, my battery drains quickly. I'm already below 50%, and all I'm doing is using my timer. I did play some trivia crack earlier this morning, but still, it's about time to get a new phone. All right, here we go. Okay, requiring efficient energy use. Okay, carbon monoxide is the one that kind of blocks hemoglobin's ability to carry oxygen. So obviously, you can suffocate if you are inhaling too much carbon monoxide. And sulfur dioxide leads to acid rain in the form of sulfuric acid and also smog. Okay, here we go. Biomass is the most common form of renewable energy used by which nations? So, like just burning wood, burning grass, burning cow poop. What type of nations use that primarily? What type of renewable energy does Iceland rely on in large parts? Remember, Iceland is at a divergent plate boundary. What type of current is generated by solar cells? And is that a good thing or a bad thing? Got y'all about 40 more seconds. All right, here we go. All right, so developing nations like many African countries, even large parts of India, the only way they can get their heat or heat for cooking or access to light is by burning stuff. Geothermal plate boundaries, in many cases, not all cases, have access to close magma underneath the Earth's surface. And Iceland is definitely an example of that. And direct current is produced by photovoltaic cells, solar cells, And that's bad because we have to use an inverter to convert it to alternating current. What location or source and element account for nearly 50% of the natural background radiation exposure for humans? You guys heard in the video, the Fukushima video, that the lady from Great Britain, she mentioned that in Cornwall or even Chicago, the amount of exposure they get to background radiation. There are certain types of crust, primarily granite, that actually store background radiation. So just, living near those things, you get exposed to a little bit, but it's not enough to obviously create health concerns because then nobody would be living there. Chernobyl, Ukraine was the worst blank accident in history. If U-235 has a half-life of 10 years, how many years must pass before it can be considered safe? Okay, about 30 seconds. All right, here we go. All right, so basically it's crust, bedrock, and radon is the gas that actually has that background radiation, I guess is the correct way to say that. Worst nuclear disaster of all time. And remember, it's 10 half-lives for it to be considered safe. So if it's 10 years and it's 10 half-lives, we're talking 10 times 10 or 100. All right, here we go. Some more math problems. Okay. At the 1996 rate of consumption, how many years approximately would it take to use the estimated 2,000 billion barrels of global production? And what is the percent increase from 1986 to 1996? And I did make a mistake on the study guide. Let me tell you which number I made that mistake on. Where is it? Number 20. There's not actually enough information to solve number 20. I would have had to give you, hold on, I would have had to give you the original amounts, the original amount and then the new amount. So if you didn't figure out number 20, Don't worry about it. You will. I will show you how to solve this problem in this video, so you'll certainly know what to do when you get to it on the test. Sorry about the tick, 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 tick. I'm getting some work done while you guys are doing this. All right, y'all, about 30 more seconds. Okay, so let me show you guys what the answers are, and then I'll show you how I got to those answers. All right, so it should be about 72 years and about 11.8%. Let me stop this share. Let me start a new share. Let me start a new share. All right. So if you guys want to, you can just do a screenshot real quick of these other ones that you did not get an opportunity to see, or take a picture with your phone, or like I said, you can go watch the video later. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. And I hope that you're able to see it well. I did not copy and paste it into a Google Doc. I haven't figured out how to do the formatting and get the formatting the way that I want it. Get this out of your way. All right, so here we go. So 2,000 billion barrels, and basically you're just adding a 2 and then 3 more zeros to a billion, which has 9 to begin with, divided by, and I don't even have a calculator that'll do that. I mean, I couldn't figure out how to do it on a calculator, so I actually had to do it on the Google calculator. Anyways, that gives you 27,777.8 days. And then, of course, if we need to convert that to years, that's divided by 365, and you get about 72 years. All right, second problem. Any type of a problem where it's a percent increase, it's the new number minus the old number divided by the old number multiplied by 100%. So we got 76 million minus 68 million. So obviously that's 8 million divided by 68 million times 100, which means you just simply move the decimal place 2 places to the right and add a percentage. That gives you 11.8%. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is the last math calculation in the Jeopardy. Let me go back to this screen. Voila. Padow. All right, you guys, let's finish these up. Okay, why are tar sands and oil shale a better alternative to conventional oil? That sounds familiar too. The U.S. has a huge reserve of what fossil fuel? The graph below can sometimes be found associated with another type of increase, what has also been increasing at about the same rate, meaning the graph would have approximately the same shape. Didn't you guys do a graph? Yeah, you did do a graph like that. All right. We got to wrap this up. We only got 9 minutes left. All right, here we go. Okay, so we have better reserves. There are just better reserves of oil sands and tar sands than we do conventional petroleum. Let's see, but the U.S. has a huge reserve of coal, and global temperatures, or the increase in temperature, if you were to graph that, looks a lot like carbon dioxide. And of course, I'm hoping, and many climate scientists are hoping, that you can take the leap to say that, if carbon dioxide goes up, the temperature goes up. And of course, if we can control the rate of increase of carbon dioxide, that means we actually can control climate change. But then there's that whole converting from burning fossil fuels to alternative energy uses. So yeah, so if you can make that leap, you know what to do, and you know who to vote for in the future. All right, here we go. True or false? Incandescent light bulbs are energy efficient. True or false? Radioisotopes in or on Earth are a result of solar radiation. True or false? wind turbines are bad due to the pollution they produce? Give you guys about a minute and a half for this one. All right, here we go. That is false, false, and false. All right, last 5 questions, or last 5 blanks. In light water nuclear reactors, a blank such as graphite is used to flow to control neutron flow. Sorry about that. Uranium and plutonium are considered to be a blank resource. In a conventional nuclear power plant, blank energy is converted into blank energy, which is lastly converted into blank energy. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple minutes for that one. All right, here we go. All right, so graphite is used as a moderator. Let's see, remember nuclear energy resources are considered non-renewable because we cannot put them back. Let's see, thermal energy, so heat energy, is turned into mechanical energy. That's the turbine being turned, which is connected to the generator. Of course, the generator produces electrical energy. All right, you guys, I will have this video uploaded probably within about 2 or 3 hours. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, you guys have Chapter 17 class notes due tonight. Period 1, Period 3, you have study guides due tonight. And Period 5, your study guide is due tomorrow night. We'll see y'all later.